That symbol. Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny! All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking. Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
There it is.
Melia, we're in sight of Alchemoth.
All right, I'm on my way.
Phew. Guess we're still in one piece.
Quite. What in the world was that?
It happened so quickly that I didn't get a good look myself. I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
A black beam? Some new defensive measure, perhaps. The junks. Can it fly?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bon, watch out on right! I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those? It's Kino and Nene. What are they doing here?
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
And we will help them post-haste. But first introductions. Hey everyone, I'm Aaron the Black Dragon and welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles Futures Connected Extra Content. It's kind of pointless to say this at this point. I have pointed it out hopefully in the description and everywhere else, but this contains a heavy spoiler right at the beginning of this game, of the story. So if you don't know how Xenoblade Chronicles ends, you got spoiled just now. At this point I can't do anything anymore to prevent this. But anyway, we're gonna tackle this. In the meantime, while I'm conquering the extra content, I will still go around in the main game and prepare everything for the bonus videos that we will have tagged on at the very end of all of that. But anyway, gameplay differences. Some elements of this new adventure are very different from the adventure so far. So the most major points will be introduced in the following pages. So there's a few things that are different, but not a lot. The chain attack system functions, thanks German, functions a bit different. So we will get into that as soon as it's relevant. Then visions are no longer a thing. So meh, but I wasn't using the visions to begin with that much, so not that big of a loss for me personally. Then the skills are also not inside of the game. Well, not as before. Things are different, that's all you need to know. Before I go into any more detail of that, let's just jump over there and help them out really quickly so that the drastic music is over, the dramatic music. And once we have everything sorted out, we will go into more detail about how everything is now looking and how things are laid out, our party and everything else. But first, let's get rid of some menacing and dramatic situation right there. With two know upon that they know, but we don't.
Who next in line to get face full of mild down? Anyone so much as breathe this way, rifle of Kino go blah blah blah.
Kino, Nene, are you hurt?
Let us help too.
Miss Melia, Mr. Shock. Help very welcome. More is always merrier.
And now with Tango we have our party, which we're gonna stick with the party that the game gives us here. But you got to hear it a little bit. Mild down and rifle. Kino and Nene, I think it was, used the battle styles of Shala and Ryan. Sadly in full. I'm gonna go over that as soon as it's relevant, but for the time being let's just jump in there. And we're gonna have to swap around a lot of the abilities as well. You go to sleep. And in the meantime we're gonna tango with you a little bit. As you also can see, we are at level 60, which means we are definitely lower level than we were originally in the main game. But whatever. The sleep really is doing a good thing for us right here. I don't use it still, but I mean in this situation why not? And you should be done in, yeah, just about.
Big sis, we did it! Job is good one, Kino.
That was amazing, you two. It was like seeing Ryan and Shala fighting together again.
Just so. Fitting. For children of here upon Ricky's household. No injuries, Kino?
Nene, very, very sorry. Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Right. Let's go. This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
So tell us, what were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What? Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The capital, on the Bionis shoulder.
So,
Ah. So that is where the junks comes in then. I appreciate it. But even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
Mama? Me. Kino may be better to explain. Mama, we're just on a little strolly stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watched Kino with eyes of Rogel. Kino, follow Mr. Shulk from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought. But what for?
Kino always look up to Dadapon. Want to become mighty Heropon too.
I'm certain Ricky would be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble. That way can become friends with people everywhere. Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dadapon say, at least.
I see. That does explain things.
Many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. These not scored Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino. Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dadapon and Mamapon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone?
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dadapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brotherpon. That day, Nobody make comments. Everyone except Kino. Kino, what happy they could say. That why want to become hero pawn and repay debt to family. You're really sorry.
Kino, you do your family honor. Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Ricky and Oka are proud of you too.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, if Kino must. You really twist wing. But fine, we'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino. Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
So, we'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that. It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Explain.
I'm a bit concerned. What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again. Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Hero Volcano! It all started here! Mehey!
And now the event theater is open and added. Whatever, we don't care about that. So after that long and heartfelt introduction to everything, I'm gonna go over everything. We still can go around and change our equipment, we still get gems, but in a different way in this game mode, in this extra content. You will find out soon enough. Everything else still works the same. We can also still go ahead and lock them in with the designs that they have in this story, which I think I will do again, but I'm gonna deal with that later. Then party, we can switch them around however we want, still the same as that. Now look for the arts. With Melia, I don't think there's anything new. She should still have all of the arts that she had in the base game, which means these two come in here. We're gonna have Mind Blast and Burst End definitely in there. And I'm still a huge sucker for, well, yes, that's correct, but not like that. For wind, so we're gonna do wind, and then these like that. That's still the setup that I'm gonna go for in here. We only have a few points, so we cannot upgrade anything as of now. Shulk also still has the same arts, including the Monado arts, which he also has. Everyone? No, you are missing Armor Eater, Cycling Purge. You don't have Enchant anymore. That's the one that you do not have anymore, which for story reasons makes sense to not have, but also there would be... You could technically still have it for rogue machines, but I guess from a big perspective on how the story goes and everything, it makes sense that he doesn't have that anymore. Now to the other two. I'm pressing the wrong button here. Now to Kino. Kino is Shala. To the T. Doze off. He still overheats. You still need to use cool down. Why would you do that? You could have gotten rid of arguably the worst art that made Shala a bad character, and you chose to give all of that to Kino just to give him the same disadvantage that Charla would have. I don't know why they chose to go that route, but whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and cure round, heal kaboom, heal bullet. We're gonna get that away, and yogurt stance. I'm gonna get rid of yogurt stance as well, because I'm gonna be totally frank, it frustrated me so much in the main story that I'm not gonna deal with it this time around. So I'm gonna just switch those around so that we have, instead of shield, where is the heal counter? I definitely wanna have that going for me. Do I then wanna have the cure round? Yeah, sure, why not? Still can't do also can't do anything here. And Nene is Ryan, also to a T, which means we have some great combinations here with Mild Dawn and Shield Curse Smashin'. I love that the arts all have different names. So I definitely want to have for you Berserk, Hangry, Spikes. And you're also gonna get Last Stand in Sword Drive, Lariat, Feather Swing against Feather Swing, and Magnum Charge against Hammer Beat. I'm still going with kind of the same setup that I had originally for my normal party, but that also mostly due to the fact that this is, for me, just a setup that I know works just beautifully, and I don't wanna switch too much around, especially seeing how all of the arts are the same. They do not learn more or different arts in this. So if you have a strategy that works for you, you can stick to it. Switching around doesn't really do much for you. Area maps, change time, quest log, and collectibles. We still have a collectopedia here that I'm gonna deal with on the side. Now that's everything like this. We can have a minimap, and there's these little bubble thingies. If I can just point to it. I hope I pointed to that right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go to one of those right this instant. Hopefully I don't have to tangle with you so that I can do that, but if I have to, then I will. Also, I was talking about the other one, not about you, so you kind of jumped me there. I mean, you're only 3 levels above me, so I feel more than confident in dealing with you. So, whatever. I'm definitely not in the ballpark for... Okay. Kino being the main party member, but we're gonna stick for the time with that party. Because later on I'm gonna switch around the party like nearly every episode as well. Just so that I have the ability to show off the different team mechanics, which are the same as if I would play with Ryan and Charla. So it's... and there you go. They also have nice little quips in between. But anyway, these quiet moments are essentially our heart-to-hearts. They do not need any affinity, so I'm gonna go and try to get all of them throughout the story, and we're not gonna have like an extra episode where I'm just gonna do that. So whenever I see them, or I know how to get to one, I'm gonna go there and engage with them. Anyway, quiet moment number 1. Get to know each other in a quiet moment. Yeah, you just need to have the correct party in here, so we need Nene for that. So let's switch around the party, and Kino, you already get booted out. Wow, that didn't take long at all. Anyway, let's view that.
These flowers, don't they smell heavenly?
Miss Melia is big fan of flowers?
Yes, because of my mother. When I was young, she often asked for my help with the villa's flower beds. How about you, Nene?
Nene also loves flowers very much.
I see. Then we have something in common. Before, when I spoke of them to a Homs friend, she said flowers are nice, but nothing beats a warm dinner. I got no understanding from her. Finally, fate sent me someone I can communicate with.
What Miss Melia say about dinner?
Oh, just talking to myself. The dinner part wasn't really relevant.
But Nene big fan of dinner too. Most of all, pollen orbs from factory in Frontier Village. They so very soft and so yummy scrummy.
Look, that's not... Hold on.
Meme?
When you said you love flowers, did you mean as a foodstuff?
Meh? There is meaning other than?
Ugh, I should have known. You're one of them. Nene, listen. Flowers are not simply special because they can be eaten. We can admire their beauty, or use them to create ornaments and works of art. And that is a great part of their charm.
Ornaments. Meme! Oh yes, Nene remember. Long ago Dedapon make Mamapon flower crown for giver's gift.
Ricky did that. That Nopon has hidden depths. In any case, I would like it if you also had an interest in inedible flowers. If you did, then you too, just like your mother in her own day, may know the joy she felt.
Okay, the next time Nene find flowers that cannot eat, Nene will make pretty flower crown for Miss Melia.
Huh?
To eyes and Nene, Miss Melia look most bestest in blue. What think?
While I appreciate the offer greatly, weren't you originally of the regarding flowers as food persuasion?
Meh? If you make pollen orbs from not eatable flowers, they bitter and not tasty.
Yes, a fair point. It is just as you say. So Nopon see different but equal value in flowers depending on whether they're edible. Maybe it was foolish in the first place to try and choose only one while discounting the other. Well then, I will humbly accept the sign of your affection.
Nene, roger that.
And yet, why do it for me? Won't Kino and Shulk feel left out?
There is very good reason. Nene just want to see smiling face of Miss Melia, bright as sun rays.
Oh my.
Meme? Something wrong? Nene, not say anything weird?
No, not at all. It was just how sincerely you said it. I should take a leaf out of your book.
Meh?
Precious Nene, I look forward to the gift.
Nene pull out all stops.
Although, I would feel a bit awkward were I the only one to wear one. Why don't we make them together and exchange them afterwards?
Meme? That sound wonder marvelicious. Is deal. No, in fact, is unbreakable promise.
Yes, naturally.
And there you go, that's how the quiet moments work in this. I don't have to go for any choices because my choices wouldn't affect the characters' affinity with each other like they would do in the heart-to-hearts, which is gonna be its own beast of an episode, I just realized. I know that every time I think about doing this episode, but I still always get taken abroad by thinking about how much work it will be. Anyway, yeah, those are the quiet moments. They are a lot simpler, and seeing how they're not tied to an affinity that the characters have to have, it's actually a lot more easy to get to them, because you just have to be there at the right time. Also, let's collect the Navir Highlines. Our first item orb right here. Boink, a half part. Well, where's the other half? Also be careful, there's a lot of holes. This place sure is holy. Anyway, I'm just running around a little bit aimlessly because I don't want to go down there just yet, so I'm just gonna go and collect a few item orbs. Because, oh, hi there. That's not gonna go over well, so I'm just gonna ignore you. Also, there's unique monsters. Shouldn't come as a surprise, but might be. But I don't want to go down there just yet because this episode is about to run out. So I'm just gonna go over there, collect a few item orbs, and we can see like something that looks like buildings on the horizon. And something that looks like an ether deposit, so... in all honesty, I think this is the best spot to end the first episode of Futures Connected. This will, from a story perspective and interactive perspective with the characters, be a different beast than the main game was. From gameplay, mostly will be the same as the base game. But the story is another one, and a definitely interesting one, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the first look into this new part of the Xenoblade series. If you did, how about you leave a comment down below? I really would appreciate that. I hope to see all of you next time. Bye.